certain beings will come through to speak to you as a collective. So that's why I don't plan. I just wait and see what comes through. So the energy comes. So what I'm actually going to do is let's have a little bit of a centering process and call in our guides. They're actually already here with us. Our brothers and sisters from other dimensions are here. Our light family, our galactic family. Si o yandera. Si o yandeya. Shtikikote si te mayandeka. So just open and feel. Feel with your heart. You don't need to understand with your head. Siketo shtikikande sakadiata keka. Sheshunde zite bute sikambe takostakaka. So you are being welcomed and are being honoured for your open minds and open hearts. Siyo shesha shianda biki kataka. And that she is right, that this is a group coming together who are on a similar stage of their evolutionary path, ready to be activated to the next path. Uzikokomba, so the next doorway. Because that's what's happening on the planet at the moment. We are evolving to higher frequencies. We are evolving to the next level of human evolution. So you guys are on the cusp at a sort of a similar spot at the moment. Shikote shite kange katike kombaya. Zitoshtiki keseki kombe nianda kikotodoriki ke zianda. Sheshunde kikamba. So, let's have a sing. I ask the words that come through me this day, the frequencies that come through me this day, are the most perfect, are the most pure for this audience, that my ego stands aside, that the truth of the universe, of Source, comes through me to assist this gathering in whatever way they need to be assisted. So, Sheshandi kikumbaya, siteyua, 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 siteyua tokombeteka. You are loved. You are known. You are all known. Known. Iziunde kaya. Shikotesh takikumbaya tekeke zite kayande ke kojikandeya. Izetuka, izekokoyo de kambaya teke koja jayanda pateriki ke zianda. Eondeya, eondeya, eondeya teke kombaya tekeka. So I'm not allowed to touch you, and normally I would be. I would be coming around and working on each of you individually. But there is energy coming from my eyes, from the resonance of my voice, and through my hands and through my being. So what I am doing is moving the energy around each one of you. And there are beings standing behind each one of you in concert with me. Soyata etiki ijik ungatoya. Sukete kekoko te ishka akoko chikindit ndeba nda. So there is frequency. Sometimes it's not words. Sometimes it's just energy. Sometimes it is codes to help activate your DNA, to help unfold your DNA from just 2-strand up to ultimately to 12-strand DNA, which is where we are going to. So, what I need you to do, what I would like you to do, is to come and be fully present where you are. So, what the catchword or the phrase for 2021 is to feel. Is to feel how you feel about the world that is unfolding around us. To process the emotions that are being triggered by the changes that we are seeing. Because on one level, it's all an illusion, just happening to show us what our unresolved issues are. What is it we haven't yet resolved after lifetime after lifetime? Shiondaya, sakikombe takaya, chikhe sakate kikoja takikande nanianda kikamba, si chetsi kotesiataka. So Don't look so serious, is what I'm being told. This is a bit of fun today, okay? A bit of fun. Shute kambaya. Because truly, what we focus upon is what happens in our world. So turn off the news from time to time. Turn off Twitter, turn off that, and just be with your family, be with your kids, be out in the garden, be at the beach, and find the joy that's inside of you, and that focus of joy will bring more joy to you. So, how are you feeling right now? So just check in your body. How are you feeling about today? About how you feel? Is anybody anxious? Has anybody left something at home that they'll have to deal with when they get back home? Is anybody worried about work or survival or anything? So I want you to check in and just see how are you feeling inside of your body. And where are you feeling it? Where are you feeling what you're feeling? Are you feeling it in your throat? Are you feeling it in your heart? Are you feeling it in your solar plexus? Are you feeling it in your stomach? So just be with whatever you're feeling at this moment. So feel. And breathe into it. So can you allow that feeling to be there? Can you come to peace with that feeling that's in your system? Can you not fight it? Can you surrender to it and breathe into it and relax into it and feel it just how it feels in the body? Ziundaya, ziundaya. So can you now find love for that sensation? Can you love it? Can you actually feel tender and warm and sweet and kind for that sensation? As if you were holding a baby in your arms or a puppy in your arms. Can you find love for that sensation? Just as best you can. Shuyane, siayone, sianoniane kumbaya teke. Siuteko tikambe teach kto te kaya. Sikote kaya. Sikotaya to kumbe tikike ziandaneneminkaya. So now can you find love for yourself? Can you find that same love that you would feel for a baby? Can you find that same tenderness for yourself? Just in this moment, sitting here. That is something that you have to work on sometimes. And it's like a muscle that you have to build. Do you feel the same tenderness and compassion for yourself that you would for a little child or for your favorite cat or puppy? And that is something that definitely needs to be worked on, needs to be felt to move into this next year, into this year that is coming. So how are you feeling inside? Check back in and feel it. So the words that are coming through are helping release that, because at the core of that emotion is energy. Emotion is energy in motion. So that energy that's at the core of that emotion of anxiety or need or want or frustration or anger, at the core of that is energy. And that's energy you've been trying to heal, probably for a few lifetimes. So keep feeling it, and we will work to help release that. So, check in with that feeling. Check in. And I want you to see if you can just drop it now. Just let it go. Just see it disappear, dissipate. Let it go. And I can feel everybody's just done it. Just let it go. And that's what you do. That's how you move through life this 2021, is to feel what you feel about what is happening. And you process it by feeling it, welcoming it, loving it, breathing through it, breathing and not being afraid to feel it. And then love yourself through this process, and then make a choice to drop it. Can I drop it? Now, you might not be able to drop it for all time. Some people can. It's gone. But it's something that you do from time to time throughout the day. So when you feel things building up or concerns coming along, issues with partners, with kids, anything, you get present with what you're feeling. You breathe into it, you welcome it, you open to it. Don't resist it, and that's the healing process. What you resist persists, and what you feel will heal. And then, after you've felt it, you make the decision, I'm going to drop it, even if it's for 10 or 15 seconds. Because while you're emitting that frequency of frustration or anger or disappointment or anxiety, that's what you're magnetizing to you, more of that. So in those 10 to 15 seconds where you let go of that emotion, drop it, let it disappear, let it go down the water slide and it's gone, what happens is you'll find there is a peace left behind in your body, P-E-A-C-E. And that's what you start to emit, is peace. Because you can drop it, it is a choice. We think we can't because it's been a part of our identity. It is something that we live and breathe and walk through often, day after day. So in those moments, those 10 to 15 seconds of letting go, if you see it leaving, the space that is left behind is essentially source. It's a longer description, but what you are doing is allowing peace to emanate from your system. So it will often break a pattern that you've been living over and over when you have that 15 seconds a couple of times in a day when things are pulling on you or concerning you. And that allows that peace, and so the universe will send you more peace. So I'm also an activator. So these languages are activating aspects of you. So there's no accidents, you're here. You are here because you are ready to hear this and do with it what your soul wants you to do with it, to be honest, not your logical mind. So be prepared for interesting doorways to open for you. So te kochikatka umbeti ke de kiko zakatadi kambaya. Zukochi kesakotodiki ke chikambaya tekika. E de kumba, e de kumbe sikiti kiko kumba. Chikotika, chikotoka kochuchika umbetika. So, how many people here think that they're choosing how to be in the world? How many people here think that they're pretty hip to it, they know they're choosing how to act, they're choosing how to be in this situation, that situation? So, I would suggest that you're not. And very few people are choosing how to be. Now, how it works is, a lot of the work that I do is on the inner child. So the Jesuits have a phrase, give us the boy till 7, and we will give you the man for life. So what they're saying is, in the first 7 years of your life, what you see, feel, and hear from the people closest to you, mostly your mum and your dad, you absorb like a sponge. Little kids don't have a thinking process. They absorb and absorb. So they're learning about the world, and the world at that point is that little home, maybe a primary school or a kindergarten type thing, but it's really just that little tiny world. And they're learning, we all learn, what is love, what is marriage, what is commitment, what is work ethic, what is success, what is failure, what is the state of the world? Is it scary or is it supportive? And you're learning your own self-view. Now you're learning this from essentially dysfunctional people, because everybody's got wounded inner children that have never been healed. And so parents do the best. Parents, God help them, they do a fabulous job, because they're trying to raise a little being while trying to resolve their own things. So it isn't, there's no right or wrong or blame. This is just how the world has been going for many thousands of years. So if you were to look at the energy you are emitting in a pie chart, the adult is only this much. The inner child is the bulk of it, just like that part underneath the water with the iceberg. So who is drawing to you? People, places, things, times, and events in your life is essentially your wounded inner child. And the other name for your wounded inner child is your unfinished business from other lifetimes. So you were magnetized to your parents' DNA, their frequency, because they most closely resemble what is unhealed within you. And you are drawn to them, so you get set up energetically to magnetize these things to you, which then allows you to heal once and for all. We've been stuck on this cycle for so long because nobody has really understood the power of this inner child and the importance of emotional intelligence, emotional growth. And it really should be a part of every child's upbringing, to learn to cope with their emotions, to learn to understand that they're not to be feared or pushed away. Shesho shesho beyanda, saki ke tukush tikika ziata kekam beyanda keka. So how do you work out what's got to be healed in your life? It's really simple. It's what is in your life. What is it that you deal with every day? So when I take my clients through their processes, I get them to help them identify what's going on, to look at a couple of different areas of their lives. So if everybody thinks about their current relationship with their partner, can you reduce to a phrase with an emotional content the issue? So someone might say, oh, you know, she's a narcissist or he's a narcissist. But that's coming from the adult. I need you to say it from the perspective of the inner child, that it's all about him or all about her. And there will be an emotional reaction to that phrase. There will be a tightening in the stomach, a catch of the breath, there will be a pain in the heart. And what this does is help you find what is in here. So if it's all about him, or I'm not good enough, that's the concept that the inner child is dealing with. So that phrase that applies to this current relationship will more than likely apply pretty much to every relationship that you've had with a partner. That same dynamic has been a pattern that you live over and over. If you then look at your work, what's the hitch in the jobs that you do? What's the thing that if you could change it, it would make it better? So I have to do all that overtime, or no matter how hard I work, it's never enough. There'll be a phrase that you use in your job. And that has the emotional reaction, it's not fair, or I'm never appreciated. So wherever that is, that's the energy that's trapped in your system. And that phrase will more often than not apply to every job you've ever had. You might massage it a bit, but essentially it will be doing the same thing over and over. So with your friendships, what do you do over and over again? Are you the one that gets the birthday card, takes it around to all the friends, gets it signed, and then gives it to the birthday person? Is that your job? Or do you listen to everybody's problems? Or do you help everyone move? There'll be something that you do over and over again with your friends. Then you look at your goals. What goals do you want? What do you do? Do you bite off more than you can chew? Do you start many things and then abandon them? You will find that you're doing the same thing with these goals. Now, you will find the roots of all of these patterns in those first 7 years. You learn about how to navigate the world through observing and feeling. So your parents don't even have to tell you this. You can feel their frequency. So dad comes home from work, is exhausted, he's disappointed, or he's humiliated. And you connect neurons in your brain between work, the concept work, and the concept hard, or humiliating, or low pay, or whatever. And those get linked in your neural net in your brain. So you think of work, and a little thing leads to the next one, and it says this is what work is. So when you learn what yellow is, when you're a kid, yellow, what's your first thought when I say yellow? It might be the sun, it might be a flower. Those two neural net clusters are linked in your brain. So yellow and flower. So the same thing happens with work, hard, work, entrepreneur, work, degree. So these concepts are hardwired into us. So you have to start looking at, who am I? Are you really choosing who you want to be in your life? Do you see the world as you are choosing to see it? Or are you looking at life through a pair of glasses that you put on in those first 7 years and have forgotten that you've put them on? So if you want to move into new areas of your life, if you want to expand, you have to actually do this analysis. You have to actually think of these things. Shushe saya. Si o te siataka ki kombe tiki kaya. Zite komba. Zite kombe tiki ke joshenda batike kozeya. So keep breathing and feeling. So the words that I'm speaking, even English, have a frequency. And if you are open, if you are allowing, they will have an effect on your system. Because we all have a frequency signature that we emit. We have a hum. And that frequency signature is specific to each person. It's like a thumbprint. So on that wave, that sine wave, is your parents' DNA, your DNA, your early life experiences are encoded on that. And that's the energy that you are emitting, and that is determining what is drawn to you. So until you understand and do some contemplation about that wave, everything will come to you from that perspective of that little one. But as I said, it is your unfinished business from your past lives. It's your issue that you need to resolve. So that will come up for a specific reason. So, zikush teki kambe teki ke siataka. Echuku sieteki kambe teki ke joshat teki kamba yandeka. Zikute shashiteka. So this talk will be on YouTube when we finish filming. So you, please come back and have a look. Listen again. Don't let this bounce off because it doesn't fit with your glasses view of the world. I have beginners, novices on the spiritual path come to me, but I also have people that have been on the path for a long time. So they will come and sit across from me, and I will start talking, and they'll go, I know, yep, I know, yep. But they haven't allowed anything in. So when you are listening to this, if you are resistant or you are not quite sure, try and be open, try and allow it, and take off that perspective, take off those glasses, and see what happens. So what I'm going to do now is help you manifest your 2021. So the energies that we're going to bring through are going to support you to create 2021. So I want you to take a few minutes to think about what is it you want this year? What is it that you would like to walk into and experience? And think about it month by month. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Where do you want to be living? What sort of work do you want to be doing? What sort of partner do you want? So just think about it, and we're going to bring some energies through to increase the frequency within you to help bring that to fruition. So just lightly hold those visions. Let go of have to and need and should. Just lightly touch them with your mind. Wayambiyande zeyondaya yaneondaya tekeyonda iwambayando yaleliumbayondayande zakayatakekoyana, and breathe. Uyoyande zakato chikande biatakeko jatakindaya ayotadaya setatutoyambi tekumbe ayande ande ambaya. Oyalalalium mayonda yande alalalium bayande yanda. Ayolalalium bayande yande oyalalalium bayande yanda. Oyalalalium bayande yande oyalalalium bayate kikezi yanda yandea. Oyambi yande ayalalalium baya. Yalium baya yalalium bayande yazi yande yande kupayate kikayana lalalium baya. Zeotaya tekukombe tikike ziyama ziyanayande sakotuturishte kinga hayesiatabiate kikumbaya, and breathe. Shushu beatikika site kukumbaya tekikushte kande sakadiatarikikaya chikosetika, and feel, remember how it felt when that happened in your life. Remember it. Remember it. Siwe koye andie oe siate kumbaya. So the frequencies are dissolving the resistance in you. So as you were thinking and holding it lightly, a part of you has to know that it's possible, but a part may not, which is this inner child. So in thinking of what you want, in contemplating it, the frequencies of the energies are helping transmute and change that. yamani ande sike o chikayata. Se o te kombayate ki ke yo chikande bezayande ka. Se o toko shishande bi te ko se te bi kete ande se komba. I de ko chikande zakatariapa te ke ko kombayate ke. Te kumbe sitika. Shushe, shushe, shushe. Shushe, shushe, shushe. Bute ki kamba. Zite kushta yeta kusiti ki kombe zetri ki kande. Chakaya, chakaya, chakaya. Children, children, children. You are our children. You are our children. You are our children. And we love and care for you and urge you on your journey. Sito kambaya, that this experiment is now coming to an end, totally transforming. It will no longer be in the format that it has been. It is now transforming into an experience of joy, an experience of freedom, an experience of love, true love, not conditional. And we will be supported to feel that love, real love, in the coming years. Shuriande ziate ombe ayaleli ombeande hayaleli ombe zekeyo shashandie mananiande ke kolye lalali omba. And breathe. So Sikoya, you are doing so well. Hushteka, who is this crazy lady screaming on the stage? Hushestikita kumbetika tekotatika tata. Siatoku sheshashiataka. It's okay to laugh. Please laugh. Please go, oh my God. Just stay open in your heart center. Come back and have another listen. Let it go. What's the phrase? There are more things in this world, Horatio. Jushambe tiki zakototosh tiki kambe tiki koza. Takiti kumbe tiki didi kumba. Shitidi kumbe tagetaka. Sakati gumba tiketo chekadadi katerigika. And I think we could all do for something new. I think we could all do with something out of this world. New experiences out of this world. And that's where we're going to. Tosh takaya tokoshti ki komba tikeka. So, lots of exciting things happening. Zuzhejaja tikenda. Sikitiko kombe tikike shasikonde zia. Siatike kombe takariki kenza katotosh tiki kambe atike koya. So,